Hi Tangibles, my name is Omkar Bhosle and you're watching Unplugged Tech. Today we're having an informal talk with Vaibhav Jain, a co-founder of 3dometric.com, a 3D printing services and product-based company. He will be sharing his experiences, his advice, and talking on certain topics, and also we will be asking him questions asked by you guys, that means our community. So let's get into it and I hope it will be useful for you.
Pleasure to be here.
So tell me something about 3D Matrix. What did you do?
Yeah. So 3Dometry Innovations is a startup based on 3D printer manufacturing and providing 3D printing services to people in India. So we manufacture 3D printers of the Delta type. It's basically model making machine where you can make any design into a 3D model, which you can feel it, you can communicate with the model, and it has a lot of advantages. If a person don't want 3D printer, then we also provide 3D printing services, which help them if they want for batch production or for prototyping or in different verticals like designing, engineering. We do help them.
No.
So,
like example.
for example, this is a model for architecture. This is a model for prototyping. It's an impeller. This is a spherical shape with a cut on side. This is for consumer electronics to mount the sensor. So you can see you can make complicated shapes easily with 3D printing. This is a custom, I would say, die for silicon molding. So these are the basic applications, I would say, in front of you that we can achieve with 3D printing.
Okay. It's really interesting, by the way. So, being a young disruptor, I mean, how it all started, company, how it all started. Whose idea was that actually?
It was Shanil Karya's idea altogether. He was into reviewsmaniac.in. From there he got some contacts, and then he actually came across the technology of 3D printing. And then, being mechanical engineer, he approached me and Harpreet Singh as the team member, because he thought we balance that, I would say, the fault of each other. Skills that Shanil doesn't have, I have. Skills that I don't
So
have.
which skills he had?
Shanil is good at marketing, and he has a vision. Shanil is good with his vision,
Yeah.
and like the Harpreet Singh, he is good with the technical stuff. Just tell him what we want to make something, and he will give you a list of manufacturing ideas to make it. So it makes our work really easy.
So, what you bring for the company?
Okay, I actually add both of them. I connect both of them, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're like both connecting.
Yeah, I am the connecting mechanism between Shanil and Harpreet Singh. He gets the demands from the consumer, and I explain that demand to Harpreet Singh, and he makes it for us, for the team. And that is how we work in a circular way.
So this all started when you were in like third year,
Fourth year.
fourth year.
We were in fourth year. Yes.
Okay. So it was like semis or final exams during final exams.
It was actually in the 7th semester of engineering, I would say. The second last exam.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the month of January when Shanil approached us with this idea. And initially we were actually looking to just provide services the basic way.
Yeah.
But then Harpreet Singh, technical stuff, he comes into the team and he says, we are not going to purchase and provide services, we are going to manufacture the machine.
Yeah.
And at that time I was like, oh, is it possible? But But then we then we brought the parts. We started. We didn't think what are we going to do next. Our initial focus was the product.
Okay.
Only the product. Yes, we have to make one machine that should work efficiently.
Okay.
So we brought, and it took around, after our completing our engineering, we started working on it instantly, and it took 4 months to make our first machine. Then once we made the machine, and the first print that came out of it, that feeling was awesome, from making the machine and then printing from it a
Yeah.
product. It was a great feeling.
What was the name of the first machine you built? What was the name of the first machine you built? 3D printer.
It's a Delta type machine itself.
Okay.
Yeah, the Delta type 3D printer.
I thought that you must have kept some name for that because it was the first machine you built.
No, actually, we were so much into this machine because then once we made the machine, our next focus was we have to improve the machine. We have to now think according to the consumer's perspective. It's not like we know the technical stuff, so it's very easy to solve it. But when a consumer finds a technical issue, he's like, अब क्या करे? अब क्या करे? कैसे करे?
Yes.
So
So how much it cost for your printer? The first printer.
the first printer, approximate cost would have gone around 60 to 65,000 initially for the first prototype itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you put in the money or?
Yeah, we are bootstrapped. Yeah, so far. Yeah. Then we found the issues that we can rectify in the machines. Like the machine we used first, it had wheels, for the linear motion, but then we used sliders, which are industrial things.
Yeah.
So it increases the efficiency of the machine, and then we did a beta exhibition in March. So what happened was we took the beta product into the exhibition, and we were like, let's see what will happen. We have no idea because our only motive for that exhibition was to take feedback rather than selling, and that is very important. If you want to check if your product is worth in the market, you have to go and take the feedback.
Yes.
So clients came, the visitors, I would say, not clients, the visitors. They came and they were like, they saw the machine and it was open. The machine was open. You can see the wires and everything. It was a prototype.
Yeah.
The only thing it was doing in the event was it was printing. So we were happy about that. So one of them came and he was like, the machine is open. We want something which is closed. So that was our first feedback.
Okay.
Other one came, he just did like this to the machine. The machine was wobbling. So we are like, okay, so stability is a big issue that we have to face.
Okay.
And actually the stability thing, it made a lot. We had to do a lot of work to provide that stability in the present product.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is how we went, and then we stepped into the startup of 3D printing. When we increased our vision that yes, it's a market, it's a product that people require, and they've also provided the feedback how it should be, how it can be better, and that is what we are doing it right now.
Okay. So which exhibition you showcased?
It was at the Plasto event at Auto Cluster in Pimpri Chinchwad.
Okay.
And the second exhibition, that was rubber and dice, again in Auto Cluster in Pimpri Chinchwad.
So when did you know that there was really requirement in that sector? So you must talk with some investors or maybe the customers.
Yeah, the exhibition itself, I would say,
Yeah.
they came. First, they were confused. So what is it? We explained them what is it in detail. It's a model making machine, and then the statement they said was, "Iska to bahut demand aayega." So that helps a lot because when a visitor says something like this, he also thinks,
Yeah.
"Yeah, nice."
Especially it's a corporate event.
Yeah, it's a corporate event. There are people from the plastic industry. They are huge. They are investors, and they are also mentors, as well as they have their own big companies.
Yeah.
So in plastic industry, there is a lot of prototyping done. So that helped us a lot because with our 3D printer, we can make models in plastic. So it was they had a sudden increase in curiosity that yes, go ahead and finalize your product. The market is there. Definitely, there is a lot of demand in the market itself for prototyping. That was one thing. For the medical thing, how we knew if there is a demand in the medical prospect. For that, we were at our office and two doctors came. Through some reference, they knew about 3D printing, they came and they said, this is the CT scan of a patient. We have to do a surgery in 4 days in his jaw, but we can't calculate the size of the bone that we have to put in the jaw. So what they gave us the CT scan. I checked over the internet that yes, CT scan can be converted into 3D models. We worked over it. We converted into the 3D model and then we printed the part. We got the jaw and there was a vacancy, space
Okay.
in the print itself.
Yeah.
They measured it with the scale, so they had some appropriate dimensions before the surgery.
That's great. I mean.
So that's another vertical in medical. We call it mock surgery basically.
Yeah.
A surgery before the actual surgery.
Yes.
That's another application. Then architecture. Lot of buildings we can see are being made, but the problem comes when it's a curve profile or contours. Making a contours or curve profile is very difficult manually.
Yes.
3D printing does it very simply. You don't have to do anything. Just click and it will make the profile you want. So that's the advantage in architecture. Then for interior designing, complicated parts. There are parts that we can make with 3D printing that cannot be manufactured using traditional manufacturing. That's for then interior designing. Then education. A lot of advantages, applications. स्कूल में टीचर बोर्ड पे या फिर बुक में एक ड्राइंग होती है, दिखा देती है, इसको हार्ट कहते हैं. बच्चे इज लाइक ओके, लेकिन सब लोग बुक में वही बनाते हैं. What we can do is we can 3D print an actual model of a heart. We can just color it, and then we can show it to the kids.
So simple.
ये
Yeah.
होता है. So there is no need of that whole 2-page explanation.
It's like practical explanation.
Yes, ये heart होता है. That's it. This is how it is. This is what happens.
So you have customers in all these sectors?
Yeah, we
So,
have.
so my main question is that what is your USP of the company? Because that's very important. There are a lot of 3D printers in Pune, 3D
Okay,
companies, startups
yeah.
in Pune. So you have to put something so it looks different from other companies. Maybe there is price something.
I would say the mechanism first. The first USP is the mechanism. Usually the machines, 3D printers that you see in the market, they are the XYZ box shape. Ours is a triangular shape. It's a triangular shape machine called as Delta. In this, the bed on which the part is being made doesn't move.
Okay.
In most of the machine, it moves vertically, so it causes instability. Then the Delta is known from years to have speed, so we can increase the speed. It's very fast. The stability is the third issue, and the hot end that we use, it goes up to 350 degrees Celsius, the temperature. So materials right now that are present, they are the maximum temperature at which a particular material is being printed is 280. So even in future, if a material that gets printed at 320 or 330 degrees Celsius comes into the market, it's already, the machine is available for them.
So I mean the machine is very efficient. So what it will be beneficial for the customers. I mean mechanism, all that will be beneficial for you. For the customers, what it brings. I mean.
Okay. For the customer itself, like if
If you say you are selling a product, right?
okay,
The printer model. So if you are saying that you are selling the Delta model,
Yeah.
that will be more great for the customers. But if you are
Yeah.
Selling the model which you are
Okay.
building from, like
Okay.
3D model, this one.
Okay.
So what it will be beneficial for the customers.
okay. For example, in that case, first, if a customer wants a minimum order quantity of 1, we can give it to them.
Yeah.
Usually, when you go in the manufacturing industry, if you go, okay, मेरे को भैया एक piece चाहिए, they're like, no. Even then you say, मेरे को 100 pieces चाहिए, like, no. The MOQ is 500 in usual industries, but with 3D printing, if you want 1 piece, if you want 5 pieces, up to 50 pieces, you can get it and it's cheaper. And I would definitely say if you want 1000 pieces, you should go to the traditional manufacturers.
So if you are, how much money you charge for the one piece?
Okay, it depends on the design. What we usually charge is basically depends on the gram, like the weight consumed, weight of material, and the time it takes to make the model.
Okay. So my second biggest question, I mean,
Yeah.
it's always important for startups to get the first business out of their work.
Yeah.
So how do you get the first business for your company?
Okay, I would
How was
again.
the journey? I mean,
Yeah, it's you don't really actually you just have to work hard. You just have to work hard and reach the market. You never know from where. The client comes like a wind, you know. The client comes like a wind. So for us in the exhibition itself, the people who gave us feedback, they were so much interested that they waited for the product, and then they did purchase our machine, and they are working right now on these machines. And now we are again regularly taking feedback because it's important.
yeah.
Then again, as I said, we have different verticals. So we are approaching people in different verticals. We are segregating them. And we are approaching people, and as per their demand, they give us the projects. We complete them and we provide them the products.
Okay. So the exhibition, I mean, it was an entry point for you.
Yeah, it was an entry point for us, the exhibition.
Great. So what is the future of your company? Because that's very important. You just
Okay.
can't give services and build one product. So you have to understand about the future. So what is the
Yeah,
future?
actually, our vision is basically to bring machines of different kinds for different, I would say, different areas. Like if someone wants a small machine at a cheaper cost, we are going to provide them that machine.
Okay. So
And-
it's like specific for the specific.
Yes, and we are also going to provide printers for the industries as well, small scale and medium scale industries.
Okay.
Because our vision is basically 3D printer helps provides you the power to innovate.
Yeah.
That is what our vision is. So just because if we have one product and if a person can't purchase because of cost or some different reasons,
Yeah.
then we don't really want to disappoint him. We are basically
You're giving a customized model for a specific
Yeah.
person. That's
we are bifurcating the areas what a customer wants, and we are making specific models.
that will be difficult by the way. So
Yeah, actually, what we have thought so far is 5 to 6 different versions would really be fine so far.
okay. So the model you were saying that you have sold to your customers. Is that model named Sharvi Karan?
Yes,
Karan
it's
version one?
Sarvikaran version 1. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my name. I mean, the pronunciation is so hard for me.
No issues.
So the best thing that like young entrepreneurs like you
Okay.
is the advice that you can give for the young entrepreneurs who are coming up, like me.
Okay.
So what's your advice for the young entrepreneurs that if they want to build a product in any sector?
Okay.
Let's take an example of 3D. So
Okay.
what they must look for the industry? Should they look for the industry or they just went for the idea?
No. First thing is they should, because there are a lot of verticals. So in that case, I would say select your area, niche area. We don't have the potential to fulfill all the areas because there is a lot of market in every area. Select a particular area, make a product that fulfills their requirement, establish that sector. Once you are established in that particular sector, select another sector and repeat.
Okay.
That is how you should scale up and establish. And advice as such, I would say, look for a problem actually. Look for a problem. Don't look for an idea. If you're looking,
Yes.
then you have to search. If you're searching, search for a problem.
Yes, definitely.
Idea comes within. So that is the only requirement, first requirement to step into the startup industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's a valuable suggestion. So, any for how to scale for the young entrepreneurs?
Scaling up, as I said, you have to select a niche area. That's the thing.
Basically.
Yeah. So focus. First thing, Okay, then
So
scaling up.
let's consider
Yeah.
where to first focus, because
Yeah.
that's important.
Once you have selected a problem,
Yeah.
it has to be in a particular area. Problems are never generalized; they are very specific.
Yeah.
Once you have received the problem, start building a prototype. But as you are building a prototype, communicate in that community
Yeah.
where that prototype solves the problem.
Okay.
When you will communicate, you will also receive the feedback. So that will help you improve your prototype itself.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time you have a product in your hand, you have contacts in the community and you have a product itself.
Yes.
Then you can establish in that area, and then go for the second sector, third sector, and then scale up.
That's important. So, how about team management? Because we are also startup, and
Okay.
I think that team is very important part of everything. So, how to build a team and keep the pace up, because that's very hard.
Yeah. This in particular, I would say, has been Shanil's task so far, and he has been doing it amazingly.
How is he doing it?
Yeah, he keeps it very simple.
Yeah.
He gives a list of tasks that we have to complete the other day,
Okay.
and step by step, when you keep achieving your task day by day, when you look back, you see that yes, you have accomplished a lot. So every task is a stepping stone, and when you look back, it's a huge stone that you are moving on.
Yes, it's
So
like
yeah.
stepping up the mountain.
Yeah.
You found that after
Yeah.
quite number of steps, you have covered the mountain.
Yes. So that is his idea basically. Give the task, give the deadlines.
So all the tasks are decided by him, not.
The tasks actually usually decided altogether, but the deadlines are usually checked by him.
Okay.
Is it being completed or not? If it's not completed, he will call us at night. You got to complete these in early morning, and we do go to the office at night, work on it, and we check that it's completed in time.
Okay.
That is something I would say all the founders should have a passion in it. Like they should have the passion to complete the task in time.
Okay.
Things work automatically.
We have seen a lot of the business in this 3D printing. So what do you think about the 3D printing business in Pune? Is it viable now, or just?
I would say there was a time when people used to ask what is 3D printing, but it is catching up right now, and people are coming with a different statement. They say, I want to get this 3D printed right now. So what is 3D printing to I want to get this 3D printed right now? That is how the business viability, I would say, or how 3D printing is getting popular in Pune.
Okay.
So it has a good viable market in Pune itself. I would say there are a lot of engineering institutes, architectural industries, design institutes in Pune, and a lot of companies. Like there is the MIDC areas in Chakan, in Pimpri.
Yeah. So they are demanding for the 3D printer, or they want someone to do 3D printing services?
It depends on their requirement. If they just want a 1 piece to 5 piece per month, so they go for the services.
So they, if we take the numbers, then how many people are buying the 3D printers and how many people want these services? So which scales up the most?
Services right now.
Okay.
Because 3D printing to operate we need a trained operator
Okay,
for 3D printer.
Yeah.
So what they usually do is they go for the services, they check how it's helping them, how it's improving their quality. And if they think that they need a regular prototyping, they have a regular demand of 3D printing services, then they invest in the 3D printer.
In our community, Hari George, he's also a 3D printer founder. So he
Okay.
asked one question that, do architects in Pune are designing in 3D that can be converted to 3D model? Like
Yeah.
3D in digital. And then,
Yes, there are few architects in Pune. They are using 3D designing softwares to convert their 2D plans into 3D models. And software names, if you want, then some of them are like Revit Architecture, and these are the softwares they use. And what the software industry, what they have done is provided a format in the software itself so that they can save it in a 3D printable format.
Okay.
So yeah, architects that are modeling in the digitally can 3D print them.
Okay. So how many people, how many architects are using 3D softwares so it can be converted? According to your experiences or something.
So far I have met 7 to 8 architects and I have seen all of them hiring a designer and getting the models in 3D, making the models in 3D.
Are they big time architects or?
I would
just
say
medium
most of them are medium scales and 2 or 3 of them are big time.
So, that's interesting, by the way, because in Pune there are a lot of architectures and all that going
Yes.
on now.
Yes.
So, but still 6 and 7 is very less if you can
Yes,
think about
yes.
it. So, yeah. So, is it going in a right direction or just people are getting used to it now?
No, it is going in the right direction. As I said, our vision initially was for the manufacturing industry. That's why our focus on the architecture industry was less.
Okay.
So, but as a feedback and for feedback, we did approach some architects, and we found that they are already designing it in 3D.
Yeah. So, how many projects you have done for architects?
For architects, I think we have done 2 to 3 projects so far.
For the medical?
For the medical, 1 project, and
Industrial?
for industrial, I would say we have done 10 to 15 projects because that is what we are focusing into. We are communicating with people in the manufacturing industry.
Okay.
Had we communicated with people in the medical industry, we have done more projects in that. But right now, our
I think
niche
it-
area is manufacturing.
Okay.
Yeah, the niche area we are targeting right now is manufacturing.
There is a
industry.
lot of money in that sector,
Yeah.
to be frank. But I think quality work is in medical. They will get a lot of money because of many things
Yes.
considered. But industrial is like mass production. You need.
This is a
there's lot of
continuously
demand for this.
improvisation is a lot in industries,
Yeah.
and for improvisation, 3D printing is a perfect tool.
Yes. Yeah. So my next question is, what do you think about the new technologies in 3D? So what is currently going on, and if someone is watching this video is trying to make a 3D type of startup, so
Okay.
which technology they must consider from now on to work
Okay.
on that? New technologies
like-
which are you.
3D printing, I would
Yes,
say.
yeah, 3D.
I would say 3D printing is a great scope to work on because with time, 3D printing is going to get faster, better, cheaper. So 3D printing is the next, I would say, revolutionary industry that is going to change how manufacturing industry works. So,
I think like I have seen AR, augmented reality,
Okay.
and it's like augmented reality is a virtual part, the digital part, and
Okay.
the 3D model is like the reality part.
yes.
So will this two be combined someday?
Yeah, I think yes. If we can do designing in augmented reality, you just wear it and we are just changing the design, then we get it printed.
That will.
Uh,
Thank you for coming, Vaibhav Jain.
Yeah.
We are ending our session here.
Okay.
I
It was a
hope-
pleasure to share my experience with you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you for coming by the way, because this is our second segment, and he's like youngest
Okay.
startup guy we have right now. Thank you for your advice. I think this video can help a lot of people, and I think they will get to know you if they can see the video
Yeah, sure.
in future. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Okay.